Hi guys, it's
Scarlett
and Denasia, and we are back with another episode of
Between the Pages with Scarlett and Denasia. Before we start this week's episode, we'd like to thank Temu for sponsoring us. If you want 50% off your next Temu order, use the 2-digit code 67 for 50% off.
Okay guys, today we're going to be talking about Fahrenheit 451. If you haven't heard of it, we're going to give you a short summary.
In the novel, books are banned and canceled from society, stronger than how much James Charles has been canceled. They were getting roasted on site, literally. Instead of firefighters, putting out fires, they were actually the ones setting fires. They were burning down libraries, books, homes. It was actually crazy. But isn't that kind of ironic?
Yeah, and one of those firefighters were the protagonist, Guy Montag. He was completely fine with burning down books. He even once in the book compared the smell as perfume. That's how desirable it was.
Yeah, like he's just very used to the smell. He's used to burning books and the smell of kerosene, I think it's pronounced. Yeah. And
yeah, because I mean he doesn't know any better. Him,
and the rest of the firefighters,
and the whole society, they are just so brain rotted with all these advanced technologies. For example, parlor walls, they're like basically TVs, but your walls. It's crazy.
And you can interact with them and stuff. And they had seashells, which are just headphones,
which was coolly predicted since this book was made 1900s.
Yeah.
But all that changed when he met Clarice. Clarice is a very observant. Sorry, do you want to take over?
Yeah, Clarice is a very observant type of person. She's very curious about society. She's way different from the rest. All of them are very distracted with the entertainment. They don't even have time to have personal thoughts about what's going on. Well, she has a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, and a lot of questions. And one of the main questions that she asked Montag, which turns the story around, is, are you happy?
Okay? Cut the cameras. And we're back.
I meant, are you happy?
Yes.
And this question basically changes Montag's whole perspective of life, a lot. It changes how he views things, how he views books, and this leans into one of the calls they had, which I want to take over.
At a lady's house. She obviously had books, and they came to do the regular routine, burn the books. But when they were trying to burn the books, she had a law. It was like a library. So they're just going to burn down the whole house. They told her to go with them. She didn't listen. Montag was really ready to jump in and take her out. But
honestly, that's kind of crazy, though. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not jumping into a fire just to save some random lady I don't know.
Right.
But clearly he didn't end up doing that, but he did feel bad for her.
And the fact that she was willing to die for the books really stuck with him, made him really question how important are these pieces of paper.
Yeah, it was very
crazy.
Yeah, and it changed a lot.
It changed basically his whole life. He started collecting books. He kept it from everyone because he's a firefighter. He kept it from
his own wife, Mildred.
Yeah, because she was so stuck into technology. But as time went on, while he was keeping these books, he started slowly revealing the truth
about himself. He was finding out stuff about himself that he didn't before. Reading the books and having more of a curiosity because of Clarice, it really made him change his perspective. And he wants to fight for change now. He wants society to be better. He thinks that society should have access to knowledge. And yeah, he just basically wants to fight for change now. It just shows how he changed from the start of the story to the beginning. How he was so against books, burning them, and now he's reading them. and is wanting change.
And
better.
all this change came with a great cause of basically losing everything he ever known to hopefully rebuild a society. That's where the novel ends. Hopefully on a good note of them going to him and the people he made along the way. We won't spoil too much, just in case you do want to watch it or read it. Well,
yeah, it's a
you can
movie
do both,
and a novel.
but the novel is better because they do have a significant difference. But yeah, that's the overview. So back to the rest of the podcast.
Bye.
Few minutes later.
And we're back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Okay.
Anyways. Now we're going to be diving into deeper connections in the real world that are connected to the novel.
We have a major connection, which is many years ago, like 200 and maybe
Something.
21 BCE. There was an emperor in China. What was his? Qin Shi. And he had another name. We're gonna put his name fully here,
Yeah.
just in case we
Mess it up.
Yep. Yeah, go on. I'll pitch in.
Basically, he was an emperor or ruler in China, and he wanted everyone to have like this picture perfect thing of him. Like they wanted view of him. He wanted to make sure that society thought he was a really good, amazing person, that he had no flaws. When in reality, in the past and in history, he has done some really bad things. But he wanted to remain, emperor. He didn't want to get replaced or anything like that. So what he did to hide, like, any bad stuff that he's done, he
Burned.
Yeah,
books.
he burned books, which obviously mainly connects to the story or novel, like, when they burn books to destroy knowledge. And yeah, it just really primary shows how when society or the government doesn't want something, or they think that it's bad for society, or they want to hide something, they really try to destroy it, and in this case they use fire as destruction to destroy it.
And the only books that he did allow were books about agriculture, medicine, and divination. I hope that's how you pronounce it. And the people who were against him, mostly, scholar people, were killed and burnt alive. Much kind of like similar to
The novel Fahrenheit 451.
Yes. And you know what's the craziest part? All this information survived because people, much like, what were they called?
The book people?
The book people memorized books and basically kept it like a vessel, and they
They memorize it.
redid the society, and
Yeah.
now we have all that information on what was happening.
Yeah.
So hopefully Montag will be able to do the same.
Yeah. Hopefully. Okay, so now we're going to be doing another connection, but instead of it being from the real world, it's actually from another movie that we watched in our English class, and we're just going to tell you how it relates to the novel Fahrenheit 451.
So this movie we watched is called Drive. The main character, we never learn his name, he's just the driver, is a stunt double. He's the person who drives the cars in the movies. He works at an auto shop, but he's also a getaway driver. He stays in the car while people rob places and helps them escape. So he's a pretty lonely guy, doesn't try to go out of his way to meet people until his neighbor Irene moves in next to him, and they start getting closer, and then boom, they start liking each other until her husband, Irene's husband, comes back out of prison. But instead of it being all happy reuniting, he ends up having unfinished business from his past, and that still follows him. So this is where driver comes in. The husband needs money, so the driver agrees to take him on one last heist to make the money. Short story short,
Long story short.
Long story short, the husband does not make it, but the driver does. He has all this money, but no plan. But he is injured at the end of the movie. We do not know if he goes to Irene, leaves, dies, who knows. But this connects to the story because even though he did drive around helping people with their heist, he was still a really good person. He still, even though he liked Irene, still helped her husband to get out of his problems from his past. And this strongly relates to Montag. Do you want to?
Yeah. I feel like it really relates to Montag because, you know, in the beginning, he's a firefighter, he's burning books, and I'm pretty sure Clarice said to him, like, I'm not scared of you, though, even though most people are. Because, like, you know, he burns stuff, you think he's, like, a scary person, whatever, but she knew deep down that Montag was a good person, and then he was doing the bad things, but he didn't even realize that it was actually wrong what he was doing until obviously he came to his senses, started exploring books, and like listening to what Clarice was saying to him. And yeah, it just really shows how other people can really change you or shape you to be a better person or help you find out the truth about yourself and like how to better yourself.
And we'll be right back after this short ad.
Try to make friends.
Want a Dorito?
Hey everyone! The new containing out Doritos!
Doritos?
You make friends.
Well, that was a crazy ad. Am I right?
Anyways,
What if?
What if Montag never met Clarice?
Well, if Montag didn't meet Clarice, a lot of things would have definitely been turned around the other way. Like, he would have still been burning books as a fireman. He wouldn't have questioned anything about society, and he definitely would have just kept going on how he thought was normal for life.
Yeah. So if he had never listened to Clarice, especially with that big question asking if he was happy, he would have continued thinking that his life is a normal considered life. He was happy because in the beginning of the book he loved the smell of, what is it, kerosene,
Kerosene, I think.
So yeah, he would have continued that life. He would have went home back to his wife Mildred. Would he really think that like their relationship was fine?
Yeah, I mean, he did before, so he didn't like
Did he?
see anything wrong with not spending time together or anything like that.
I mean, I feel like he cared about her, but not like.
They didn't have a deep connection, and they wouldn't have like true conversations.
So if he never listened to Clarice, then they would still definitely be together, still have this somewhat caring but loveless marriage. And
Yeah, he wouldn't have been like hiding things from her, like the books that he was hiding in his vents, and he wouldn't have discovered the true power that knowledge has on humans and like everybody.
yeah, he wouldn't have contacted Faber again, wouldn't have met, what is it, the book
Granger?
people?
Yeah.
The book people wouldn't have known about the whole plan to re-up society, and even bigger, he probably would have died with Mildred as well in the end.
Yeah, probably. Like, it said that there were a lot of high suicide rates, you know, like that could have been him.
That's
too,
not even what I'm
honestly.
talking about. The war, when the whole society crashed. Yeah,
Oh.
he probably would have been at home or burning
Oh,
another
yeah.
house down, and then
Yeah, like the cycle would have just continued, you know, like it wouldn't have ended well.
he would have not known the true meaning of knowledge.
Instacart lets you choose your bananas.
Get 'em just how you like.
Instacart lets you choose your bananas.
From green to extra ripe.
Now we go again.
Well, you heard it from here, guys.
Get your bananas from Instacart.
Okay,
Okay, guys, it's the end. But
but-
before we go,
Overall, Fahrenheit 451 symbolizes or represents censorship, destruction, and government control. And I think this is a big lesson to everyone to not be blind. Like,
and don't be sucked into technology like Mildred.
yeah, do not. And don't let the government control you. Like, pay attention to the news, read articles, like, do whatever you need to do. Don't be stuck in your phone all day.
I can smell the hypocrisy. But anyways, guys,
Okay.
it is the end. We would love for you to come back for another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and
Bye.